Huel Ready to Drink has always been a handy way to get that complete nutrition meal with all the 26 essential vitamins and minerals, carbs, proteins, fats, phytonutrients, all of that your body needs in a really quick and handy way. No mixing, you just grab and go. But until now, their flavour range has been somewhat limited. Well, now they've introduced 4 new flavours: iced coffee, cinnamon swirl, salted caramel, and strawberries and cream. But what do they taste like? What's in them? And are they any good? Let's find out. The ready-to-drink complete nutrition product is such a convenient way to get all your nutrient requirements that you normally get with a shake, except with no measuring out, the water, adding the powder, making sure it's all mixed well, none of that faff. That's why I use the ready-to-drink products as a sort of on-the-go alternative to normal shakes. If I'm running late or I'm on a long car journey or whatever, just grab a couple of bottles and you're good to go. Other companies have been offering a great range of flavours, many of which I've tried and tested and are available on this channel to check out. But Huel have been stuck with the tried and tested vanilla, chocolate, banana and berry. But now they've really diversified with these additional flavours, which on paper sound really tasty. I mean, iced coffee, cinnamon swirl, salted caramel, strawberries and cream. For someone with a sweet tooth, like me, these sound like heaven. But, and it's a big but, I have a history with Huel powder, and although I'm a big fan of the Huel Black, I'm less of a fan of the main Huel powder, and these drinks are more closely related to that. I've previously tried the vanilla ready to drink and it was okay, but there are better tasting ready to drink products in the marketplace in my opinion. But that was version 1.0 of Huel's ready to drink. These new flavours are 2.0. So what's in them? Well, as you expect, the drinks are nutritionally packed with your 26 vitamins and minerals. There's 22 grams of protein, there's slow release carbs, omegas 3, 6, there's 3 grams of fibre, 35 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fat, and they're low in sugar. It's gluten-free and has 0 animal products. The main difference between version 1 and version 2 of the Huel Ready to Drink is basically you're getting 22 grams of protein derived from hemp and pea protein, natural sweeteners from stevia, and we'll come to that later, and organic coconut sugar. Huel state each bottle of Huel Ready to Drink is made using ultra-fine oats, tapioca, pea protein, brown rice flour, MCTs from coconut and flaxseed. 4 new flavours are naturally sweetened with stevia and organic coconut sugar. And they derive their protein from hemp and peas. And all of this is combined with a unique blend of essential vitamins and minerals, giving you a balanced, nutritionally complete meal. If we delve a bit more into the ingredients, you can see more detail. If we look at the cinnamon swirl, for instance, you've got water, pea protein, tapioca, maltodextrine, rapeseed oil, gluten-free oat flour, ground flaxseed, natural flavorings, MCT powder from coconut, soluble glucofiber, and then your micronutrient blend, then coconut sugar, hemp seed protein, and sort of emulsifier there from sunflower, and the sweetener is stevia. Anyway, I'll put up all the ingredients of each of the flavors as and when I test them. Now, as I mentioned before, these use a sweetener and natural coconut sugar. And it's that sweetener that I've had issues with before, especially with their main Huel powder. For me, there's always been a bit of a sort of lingering aftertaste when you use stevia. When I have that in tea, for instance, it's always spoilt the flavour for me a bit. So I try to avoid it. So it will be interesting to see what, with the addition of coconut sugar, what these taste like, especially since they all have sweet, tasty treat names. It feels like you're getting a sweet and tasty treat. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. Today we're trying cinnamon swirl for that sort of Starbucks Costa patisserie style snack flavour, whatever. Anyway, giving it a little shake. I've been keeping these in the fridge because I always find these things are best taken when refrigerated or cooled down. Oh, Yeah, you're getting that sort of sweet cinnamon. Oh, that's nice. That smells like a cinnamon pastry snack. Oh, it smells nice. It certainly smells nice. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That's cinnamon swirl. That's what it says on the can there. Well, that tastes like a cinnamon swirl in liquid form. I think the fact that there's a sort of an oaty base to Huel and cinnamon swirl is a sort of pastry. I think the flavour therefore works really well. I was thinking maybe it's a bit sweet, but no, actually, it's not. I think it helps because, like I've said before so many times, the taste is very much affected by the smell, and as you bring it up here to your sort of your mouth and your nose, you get that strong smell of the cinnamon swirl, and then the taste follows through. That's really nice. That is very, very nice. I like that one. Well done, Huel. That's really delicious. I really like it. Mm. Wow. Cinnamon swirl. Okay, today we are trying the salted caramel, ladies and gentlemen. The salted caramel. See there. Now, I've tried the salted caramel flavour in the Huel Black, the Black Huel edition, and I really like it. I'm a big fan of salted caramel. One tip is I found with the cinnamon swirl, it's really nice, but it's maybe a bit sweet for some people, depending on what your sort of tastes are like. But one way to sort of combat that, if you find these things a little bit too sweet, is to chill them. When you chill them down, the sort of sweetness goes away slightly. So if you find these things too sweet, then taking them chilled is always a good tip. So this is nicely chilled down. Yeah, I'm getting a nice sort of strong smell of the salted caramel, but it's slightly less when it's, as I say, when the thing is chilled down. So anyway, here goes. Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad it's chilled. I do think some people may find it a bit sweet, and that's probably the stevia, the steviol in there, sort of sweetener. But when it's chilled, actually, it does take that sort of sweet edge, overtly sweet edge, off, and it makes it kind of a lot nicer, I think. Yeah, it feels, and of course, sort of, there's a certain thickness to it as well. You get a slight oaty kind of texture, not a texture, oaty, slight oaty taste there. But the overwhelming flavour is a real kind of a lovely sort of sweet, salted caramel flavour, as you'd expect. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. I mean, yeah, it's salted caramel, certainly. Really nice. I do recommend chilling these down, especially if you find them a bit too sweet, because they're really tasty. I mean, cinnamon swirl, salted caramel, they're meant to be sweet, so don't be moaning too much that they're too sweet. That is the point. It's meant to be recreating having a cinnamon swirl or a salted caramel, flavored item of some sort. So you're gonna find they're quite sweet, and the fact that they use a sort of sweetener in there, I think, kind of adds an extra element of sweetness to it. But you chill it down, and I think it probably hits the sweet spot. Weird turn of phrase, but you know what I mean in terms of getting that flavor balance just right. So yeah, I'm a big fan of salted caramel anyway. I'm still thinking leaning towards the twisted cinnamon over this, but we'll see. I'll taste the others and we'll kind of do a big comparison overall. But there you go, salted caramel, very nice. Okay, today we're looking at the iced coffee caramel flavor. Huel here, ready to drink. So this actually has caffeine in it. I was just checking here. It says per 500 ml. So for one of these, you're getting 65 milligrams of caffeine, which is about the equivalent of an espresso. A single shot espresso is about 60, 63 milligrams, I think. A cup of coffee usually has about average 95, depends, anywhere between 70 to 120. Double espresso is about 120. So this is like a single espresso worth of caffeine there. So this could be quite useful as a grab and go in the morning if you kind of, not getting your breakfast in, and you're combining it with a bit of a sort of a caffeine shot as well. It's been chilling in the fridge, not super chilled, but certainly been chilling in the fridge. Anyway, let's give it a try. Yeah, you're getting that coffee, sort of a coffee, chocolatey coffee smell. It's a caramel that sort of just gives that sweetness, that coffee. So it's not a bitter coffee smell. There's definitely a coffee smell there. Let's taste it. Also feels quite thick. I've been testing another drink out from a different company, and it's not quite as thick. It doesn't feel as quite as thick as this. This is quite nice, not in a kind of horrible, thick, gloopy way. It's still quite smooth, but there's a sort of thickness to the drink overall. I'm getting more of a caramel than a coffee taste, which is quite nice. If you find that the coffee flavored ones are a bit too much coffee, a bit bitter, this isn't like this. I think mixing the caramel makes it kind of much more palatable and sweet. So that coffee caramel. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I like a coffee, but sometimes just the coffee versions can be, I just find a bit, not bitter, but just not quite as nice. I'm a bit of a sweet tooth myself. This has got that. There's still that quite a slight sweet aftertaste, but not as strong as you're getting in the cinnamon swirl or the other really kind of sweet ones that I tried yesterday and the day before. Still a bit of the aftertaste, the sweetener aftertaste. Could be a recurring theme, we'll see. But this is very nice. I think it's a good balance between the caramel and coffee. The caramel is a good complement to the coffee, makes it feel a bit more sweet and palatable, which for me is ideal. If you like a kind of those sort of sweet flavored lattes or anything like that, this is going to be right down your street. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the iced coffee caramel. Very nice, and I think it would make a great grab and go for if you miss your breakfast or something like that. Anyway, there you go. On to another one tomorrow. Okay, another lunchtime, another Huel, and today we are going for the strawberries and cream, people. Strawberries and cream. Now, I tried the strawberries and cream flavour in the Black Huel edition, and I really liked that. I'm a big fan of Huel Black generally, but I did like the salted caramel and the strawberries and cream version of that. Now, remember, this is slightly different because this is version 2.0 of the ready to drink, and I believe it's sort of more based on the standard Huel powder as opposed to the Huel Black. But anyway, let's give it a go. Strong smell of strawberry there, coming straight out. Yeah, it's got a slightly sort of artificially strawberry smell that you get, like saying a shake or something. So like not artificial, more. So when I say that, it's sort of a sweet, strawberry smell. Genuine strawberries have a slightly, not always kind of a sweet smell, but this has got a real sweet smell to it. Wow. Yeah, that's like a really nice. It's a bit like a sort of a thick strawberry milkshake flavour to it. Not so much on the kind of the milk side, but just that kind of the way that a good strawberry milkshake has that flavour. It's sort of mixed in really well with the flavour of the sort of the base liquid component. And I think it's that creamy element. If it was just strawberry can be quite a bit tangy or metallic, but the fact that it's sort of a strawberry and cream flavour gives it a much more of a sort of a milkshake or a strawberry ice cream type flavour to it. Really nice. All of these are quite sweet, some more sweet than others. I'm not really getting much of that kind of oaty taste that you get with some of the others, only a touch. It's mostly dominated by the strawberry. Again, it's another one. These are all very sweet and delicious. So, um, as a sort of a lunchtime thing, you might kind of think, "Oh, this is all too sweet for me." But I like the variety that they've got here. So yeah, another good one. I'm trying to think where I'm going to put this. I'm tempted to put this slightly above the salted caramel because I'm not really getting this sort of sweetener aftertaste that I've got with the others. I think the twisted cinnamon, oh, with the caramel coffee was nice. It's quite hard to sort of decide, actually. They've all got their good qualities and their good bits and why I like them. Um, yeah, and I guess it's very much on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm after a kind of super sweet mood, maybe a twisted cinnamon. I love that kind of coffee caramel one. If I'm kind of slightly less sweet mood, but they're all sweet, so it's all degrees. But yeah, it's hard for me to order them. But maybe I will put an order on and sort of list it out down the side here or something like that if I think about it when I'm editing this. But anyway, there you go. Strawberries and cream. Very nice. Another winner. Yeah. And I am wearing my Huel t-shirt. This is what I exercise in. So there you go. Very nice. Okay, let's pause here for a moment. From my initial reaction, you probably think I went a little bit overboard and perhaps was a little enthusiastic. I mean, go back and count the times I say, very nice, it's very nice, it's very nice. I've been using these now in real life, not just that initial tasting. And, well, my thoughts have changed slightly. When you first taste them, there is that, wow, that's like really sweet and tasty. Like when you bite into a sweet, tasty treat. But after 500 mils, sometimes I found it a bit too much from the sweetness point of view. And that stevia sweetener taste, it just sort of lingers around after you've drunk it. I've never been a fan of stevia as a sweetener. It tastes a little artificial and is very sweet. Don't get me wrong, I mean that sweet blast you get from these tasty flavours does serve a purpose, especially say as a post-workout drink or first thing in the morning. It gives you that sweet energy boost. But could I live off these for every lunch and breakfast? Probably not. As an occasional grab and go, they're great, and for that reason they're good to have around. But for me, the sort of steviol aftertaste spoils the flavour, as it did for their Huel 2.0 powder. If I'm brutally honest, I still prefer the flavours of some other ready-to-drink products I've tested. If you have a sweet tooth, then they're really good and they do feel like a sweet indulgence. But as I said, after 500 mils, you may not feel the same. But taste is subjective. And it may be just me after sort of, when it comes to steviol as a sweetener. Another area I was unsure about initially as well was the maltodextrin. But this is from tapioca, so it's gluten-free. Maltodextrin usually has a high GI, so you get that big energy boost and then a drop, which is great for pre or post workouts, but less useful as a lunchtime snack. However, I found that they've balanced that out quite well, and I don't experience a crash after that initial high, which conversely I have on other ready-to-drink products. Anyway, let's take a look at the price. The good thing is now they actually do a selection box of these new flavours. So the price is £38.60 for 12 bottles, or £3.21 per bottle if you subscribe, or £42.89 for 12 bottles, or £3.57 per bottle if you buy as a one-off. If you're buying just one flavour, then it's £38 for 12 bottles, £3.16 per bottle if you subscribe, £42.22 or £3.51 per bottle for a one-off purchase. Even at just under £3.60 for a whole meal in a bottle, it still compares well with eating out at lunchtime or getting a sandwich and a crisp sort of meal deal from your local shop. And it's a lot more healthy. The shelf life of the bottles of the Huel Ready to Drink is 15 months from the production date. And don't worry about keeping track. I mean, there's a best sort of before date printed on the bottle, so that's not an issue. Once you've opened your bottle, keep it in the fridge and you can drink it within 12 hours. So there you go. I hope you found that useful. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know in the chat if you've tried these and what your thoughts are. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please, please, please hit the likes, as I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this. Hey, and if you are new here, then do me a massive favour, hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, so you know when I go live with content like this. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you around very, very soon. Thank you.